Yo, what's going on, Real Talk fam? I was playing Black Ops 6 here, and something came up on my mind that I want to talk about. And so today's video, we're going to talk about, I'm 27 years old, and in all reality, I have no idea, what I'm doing, right? Like, I tried so many things in my 20s, and, I've learned a lot. I've learned so much lessons. Um, but I've never actually found out what I really truly want to do. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today in this video. And honestly, if you guys think like that's a bad thing, like it's really not a bad thing. If you're in your 20s, all your 20s is, bro, is try as many things as you can, right? Throw everything at a wall and see what sticks, right? Um, because you don't want to try a bunch of you don't want to try a bunch of things when you're older and when you really have real life responsibilities. Luckily, I don't have that many real life responsibilities. All I have to pay for, my bills are my apartment bill, and my car. Like that's all I have to do. Um, I've worked so many jobs that I've finally found a certain job where it's actually fast, good money, and um, get this guy. Yeah, right, bud. And it's not like a serious job to where like, it's just easy money and I could focus on other things and make the mistakes I made in my 20s. You know what I mean? And so pretty much, yeah, and if y'all wanted to know like what that is, like I work in a restaurant. I'm a server. So I just serve tables. I make around $30 to $40 an hour. I only work 5-hour shifts. It's probably the easiest money you can ever do. I'll make another video on that. But yeah, man, if you're in your 20s, bro, and you're stressing and you're worried and about what, oh my god, turned on, about what you want to do, don't make it that big of a deal. Like people, society says like 20s is like you're getting older and stuff like that. I mean, and you really are getting a lot older, you know what I mean? But you have to realize like when you're in your 20s, bro, you're still super young, dude. Especially if you're like 25 and under. But we freak out and we think that, we're getting old. But when you're 25 and young and under, bro, bro, you have so much life. It's insane, bro. And yeah, I mean, there's a fine line. Like, yeah, you're gonna stress about what you want to do and stuff, but also keep in the back of your mind that you're still young and you have so much time to figure out what you want to do. And let me tell you this too. Did you know like most people really don't know what they want to do? And you could meet like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, and they're still trying to really figure out what they want to do. Like, good victory, 18-9. Like, most of us just go, through life trying to figure out what we want to do the whole entire time. But life could be a lot more simpler than that. Life is actually very simple. God put us on this earth. Obviously, God doesn't want to see us struggle. But we actually put ourselves in harder situations than what we need to. Because here's what happens. Say you make a lot of money, right? And I'm not saying if you make a lot of money, buy the things that you want. You know what I'm saying? Buy the things that you want. But if say you make a lot of money, but you really can't afford the things that you want, but you buy it anyway. Say like you're making X amount of dollars, you go ahead and buy a car. Your car bill is like $700 a month now because you wanted the coolest car, right? But say you never bought that car and you kept yourself at another car that was like $300 a month or $200 a month. Your situation is a lot more easier with that car payment. But now since you wanted the cool car, you're paying this much money for it a month. Now you're kind of struggling. You're in a situation where, you're stressing about stuff. And it would have never have been like that if we didn't put ourselves in that situation. So you just really have to be smart with your money and with what you want to do, because you can live a very simple life and have stress, have no stress. But again, we kind of just make it harder for ourselves. So I always tell people, live in the live under your means. And people want money and then they want to buy certain things, right? But I think, well, for me at least, is that since I've bought a whole bunch of cool stuff before and stuff like that, and like I'll tell you for an example. I'll tell you the story really quick. I bought I was working, I was making good money. I was able to pay for whatever. Me and my girlfriend, we go to steak dinners all the time. We were able to eat out all the time. We were able to buy, clothes, any kind of clothes, and we were able to take trips and not have, any problems with money. I even got a speeding ticket one time for going like 90 miles per hour in a construction zone, and my ticket, they gave me a ticket for $800. I was actually able to pay for the ticket the next day. I dropped the $800 and paid for the ticket the next day. Now, the reason why I was able to do that was because I lived below my means. And what I'm trying to say is being able to have freedom to where you can pay for a $800 ticket whenever is way better than having to get the money and then buying something. Like, so for example, I bought when I was making a lot of money, I bought a motorcycle. I financed the motorcycle. And that motorcycle was it was so fun, right? But how does he have less than? But the motorcycle wears out, and it's like you get tired of it. And so what I'm trying to say is that having money and bro has last stand, bro. Are you serious? Having money and being able to live under your means, and that way you could really like live freely, is it's 10 times better than having money and then buying like materialistic stuff and then having to struggle or having to try to get that money back because you used all that money on materialistic things. Living below your means and then just having the freedom to really just pay for whatever you want is 10 times better, bro. So like I said, man, I'm 27 years old. I hope this video helped you in any kind of way. This is actually a brand new YouTube channel. I just started it about 2 days ago. For 2025, I want to start creating content. I'm 27 years old and I want to help, people that are in their 20s that there's so much more in life, and I've made so many mistakes in my 20s to where I want you guys to be able to bypass, the mistakes I made, and for you to have a more successful time in your 20s. So I hope this video helped you in any kind of way. If it did, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm trying to get my bad. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And with that being said, I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.